Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nayri, also known as Wedding Fashion Expert. This week we are talking about wedding dress ordering logistics, finances, appointments, ordering via email versus in store. There's so much that goes on when it comes to ordering your wedding dress. There are things that I want you to keep in mind and all the logistics that are involved with it. Before we get into this week's video, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below. Let me know if there's any types of content or anything that you want to see, anything you'd like me to create for you. I am here for you, guiding you along the way, leading up until your special day. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so honored and thrilled that you found me. I am, of course, a wedding fashion expert. I also wear many different hats at LOVELLA Bridal, located in Los Angeles, California. For daily content and inspiration, please be sure to follow us on Instagram at Lovella Bridal, at Lovella Plus, and at Wedding Fashion Expert. This week's video was inspired by my experiences in store with our clients, along with Lovella stylist experiences in store with clients. Wanted to talk about financing, ordering logistics, what that looks like. And you might be like, what kind of financing are you talking about? I'm not talking about financing your wedding dress, more so having your finances in order in terms of who's paying for the dress. What we've been experiencing in store is, of course, and I'm sure you have already experienced this if you have called to book appointments, that stores are really booked really far out. There is so much demand for brides to come in and start planning their wedding, and everybody wants to start shopping early because of lead times and all of the manufacturing delays and all of that. So everybody wants to get a head start on it, which means that most bridal stores are a bit bottlenecked when it comes to availability in appointment times. So if you didn't know that, now you do. Be sure that you're calling pretty far in advance to book appointments. The other thing that you're going to notice is that some stores have limitations based on the number of guests that are allowed in stores. I know that that's inconvenient, but there's also a blessing in this that you don't have to include everybody in terms of the rules and regulations is that you can't have that many guests, so you don't have to feel obligated to invite certain people that may really cause more harm than good in your decision-making process. A lot of our brides have been super thrilled about that, and others have also been disappointed that they want more loved ones to be a part of this experience with them. And of course, you must know that we are in the business of celebrating one of the most important days in your life. So the last thing we want to do is take away celebration. However, we also need to be mindful as certain states and businesses operate and what makes the most sense for them and their employees, their staff, their team, their family. So I know that that may not be ideal for you, but you do need to respect that. Basically, what this comes down to is booking your appointments far in advance. Why do I bring that up? And why am I bringing up number of guests? And why did I mention financing and money? Well, if you find your dress at that appointment, you want the person paying, if it's not you, to be there. And the reason why that is they get to be a part of that process, and they're there, and maybe they're there virtually, maybe they're there on Zoom, whatever it may be. But you want to say yes to the dress in person, because we do have brides that email in. They've been in store before. Because we are so booked, they can't get another appointment quickly and they want to place their order, so they do it via email. It's not a bad thing to do it via email, but you need to understand as the client, there is more margin for error when the order is being taken via email and it's separate from the time that you were in store. Why is there more margin for error? We don't physically have your body, right? So when we take your measurements, and I did a previous video on measurements, you can go back and watch that. And really this is, last week I spoke about the 5 most common mistakes that brides make when they go wedding dress shopping. It should have been the 6th most common mistake, because this one right here, what we're talking about in this video, is a huge mistake that happens all the time. So when you're doing it via email, we don't have your body for the measurements. And what if the wrong number was placed, or it's human error and they put the wrong measurement in, we've selected the wrong size? I don't want to make you panic. We double check our work and we're neurotic as hell at Lovella. However, There is more margin for error when you're doing it via email. It's easier for everyone involved for you to do it in person, have the person that's paying, have that person prepared. Because if you are out shopping and the person who's buying the dress isn't there physically with you, you can't get another appointment, and you want to do it via email, there's just so much margin for error. Maybe you're thinking too, after I've said all this, well, what if that person isn't in the same state or isn't in the same city? They're tuning in virtually for the appointment to watch and observe and see what's happening. Well, that payment can be taken over email, over the phone, electronically, whatever needs to happen there. However, you're placing your order in person. I just want to make everything simple, easy, and refreshing for everyone involved. The best thing you can do is, even if you think, oh, I'm just going to go out and I'm just going to go browsing and shopping for a dress. If I find it, I find it. When you're out shopping, be prepared to find it. Be mentally prepared to have the money, spend the money, because guess what? If you are out shopping and you're not ready, you're wasting your time and everyone else is involved, because everyone's there in that moment. If you're ready to make the decision, that's a beautiful thing. Knock it out. Don't make it more complicated for yourself than it needs to be. I see people do this all the time. They make it so complicated. There's margin for error. It's a waste of everybody's time. It's more frustrating for the bride, frustrating for all the people involved. Make everything you do simple, easy, and refreshing. If you're shopping for the dress, be prepared to buy it when you find it. Like, what a beautiful thing for you to find the dress and be done with it and know that you can check that off your list and move on to another element of planning your wedding. Allow yourself to feel the joy and the decision. You don't have to pride yourself in indecision that, oh my God, I can't make a decision. I don't know how this works. Pride yourself in being decisive. Pride yourself in knowing what you want and taking action and knocking it out and moving on to another element. But of course, you want to be sure that it's the right dress. And if you are, and you have the right team and the right store behind you, then 100%. Knock it out, say yes to the dress, take the right people with you, and be prepared to buy whenever you go out. And if you don't have the right people, book the appointment on a day where you have everyone that you need to be there with you to be able to say yes to the dress. I hope that you found this video helpful. For more videos and tips like this, tune in every single Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll see you in next week's video.